traders, and welcome to a new week in markets. Okay, so last week markets finished on a positive note. We saw markets finish obviously bullish, and we also saw all the Trump trades finish exceptionally well. Now, one of those Trump trades obviously is long US equities. That is seen Trump's policies as giving a bit of a sugar rush. Giving the economy a short-term boost. Which equities love. So equities on Friday, we finished up S&P new record highs, trading above 6,000 for the first time, and also Nasdaq also at new record highs. Both indexes finished up around plus 5% for the week, so doing exceptionally well. Now look, Trump's inauguration is not until January the 20th. We do have now analysts and banks coming out and giving some sort of projections for how long they envisage the Trump trades lasting for. And we've got calls now that potentially, the Trump trades could work for maybe 3 to 6 months. So look, we certainly at the moment are maybe just at the start of, the Trump euphoria. And it's not a short-term phenomena, that's for sure. So could be a lot more left in these trades. So certainly look at the moment, it's hard to make a case to sell US equities. Look, no doubt there will be some retracements, but potentially those retracements will be shallow, and we'll see buyers come in and buy the dip again. So that's probably the strategy moving forward, and no doubt we'll probably see more record highs coming. Okay, moving along. There is a market that does not sleep, that is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and trades on weekends, and that is the crypto market. Bitcoin has been another pro-Trump trade. Trump obviously wants to make the US, the Bitcoin center of the universe, and has pretty much given the Bitcoin traders a free pass to buy Bitcoin. We've been talking about for some time now that the targets for Bitcoin would be up around 80,000 as short-term targets, and we reached those on weekends. So Bitcoin had a great weekend, actually traded as high as 81,000. Now, for the true Bitcoin believers and the true Bitcoin bulls, 80,000 is just a pit stop for these guys. Their long-term target has always been 100,000. So whether or not we can make 100,000 before the end of the year, let's see. But the way that Bitcoin trades, that is something that certainly could happen. We did see Bitcoin up in just one day, 10% on the back of the Trump victory. But Bitcoin also is, the blue chip of the crypto space. So seeing Bitcoin charge and make up new record highs to 80,000 has lifted pretty much the whole crypto space. So we've seen altcoins rally, and we've even seen meme coins rally. So literally the whole of the crypto space at the moment is having some fun. Okay, so moving along. Obviously last week was a huge week for event risk. This week is a lot quieter. So look, we don't have any central bank meetings, but what we do have this week is we do have some economic data that is important. So firstly, economic data wise, on Wednesday we have US CPI data for November. Okay, so the headline number year on year is supposed to actually go up a touch from 2.4% to 2.6%. Core CPIs to remain stable year on year around 3.3%. Okay, one thing that market does know is that Trump's policies, his tariff policies, are going to be inflationary. So the market does expect next year at some stage that we will see inflation maybe come back and tick higher. But one thing certainly the market will not want to see is that if we start to see inflation actually now start to base and maybe even start to spike higher from current levels, even before Trump has enacted his tariff policies. So look, the market certainly will be watching these inflation numbers very carefully, and will not want these to come out above expectations. And one of the biggest themes that we have been talking about quite a lot, and that's one of the most important themes in markets at the moment, is that we have seen a huge spike up in US bond yields, US 2s, US 10-year yields, trading well above 4% now. certainly they will not react favourably to inflation going up, and we'll see those yields higher. And there will be calls for a Fed pause sooner rather than later, and possibly even as soon as December. So if there is one thing that could potentially be a negative for what is happening with this huge risk rally and these pro-Trump trades is bond yields. We've talked about it ad nauseum. But yes, if inflation spikes higher, takes bond yields higher, takes US dollar higher, this is probably the one risk sitting in the background for markets. Okay, so let's see how that inflation number comes out on Wednesday night. Thursday here locally for Australia, we do have the important monthly employment data. The RBA has been one of the only central banks globally that has not joined the global easing cycle. There has been a lot of pressure for the RBA to join and cut rates, but the data has been too strong. We saw last month on the employment data, it was a fantastic print. We were expecting 25,000 for headline. It came out plus 64,000, and the unemployment rate stayed at 4.1%. It's not the sort of employment data that the RBA can cut rates on. This month we're expecting again around 20,000 for the employment headline number, but the unemployment rate to actually marginally go up to 4.2%. So look, if there is any chance of us starting to call for an RBA rate cut, certainly going to need some poor employment data, and so sort of reverse what we've been seeing recently. Aussie dollar certainly has been struggling. It's trading under 66 cents, and that's largely on the back of US dollar strength, literally across the board. So look, the Aussie certainly would need some good employment data, to get it, potentially trading back above 66 cents, this week. Moving along, end of the week, we've got retail sales in the States. US economy is a big consumer-led economy, and so retail sales gives us a good health check on how the consumer is travelling. So if we do get good retail sales like we got last month, no doubt bond yields higher, US dollar higher, but conversely, if retail sales come in lower, then we're going to see the US dollar lower. So if you're trading currencies at the end of the week, obviously you need to be focused on those retail sales numbers. I wish you some great trades to start the week, and we'll check back in shortly.